Okay, so this is step number 3. So step number 1, we created our executive summary. We set it up from our baseline schedule. Step number 2, we updated the schedule and for a weekly update. And after that update, we want to just track the milestone dates on the tracker, right? So this is our update. This is we received the project, we updated some milestones, and we're going to go back and forth between that. And remember this tracker that we put together. So our current schedule is here. This is our column. So this schedule, I'll hover down. It's a P002A. That's the name of our schedule for that update. So I'm going to go up here, put P002A. Okay, and we're going to go one by one and look at those milestones again, right? So we're going to find this activity. So a couple different ways to do it. If you know where it is, I'll open up Bluebeam. So we're trying to find. Give me a second. So design. So a couple of different ways we can find this activity. Design 30% drawings. I know where it is on the schedule, or I can search for that activity ID. So the reason why this is here, I can grab it, copy it. So if I'm on the PDF, let's say I didn't know where that activity is, I can always go on the PDF and press Control F, and you get this little dialog box up here. Control V, paste the activity ID, and then I start the search, and it says, hey, you found it right here. So I click it, and it takes me to that activity ID. Right, so obviously if you're familiar with your schedule, you should be able to find these activities quickly, but just in case you can't, you go in there. So we're going to go in here, and we're tracking the end date of 30% design. So now we're tracking January 27th of 25. Okay, so we're going to go back to the Excel file, and we're going to plug in January 27th of 25. So 1/27/25. Okay, and normally as I do this, remember this is all collapsed. So I'm going to go in and press the 3 button, and it opens everything up. So, and really the key here is you put the date in, and you're going to compare it to the latest schedule. In this case, this is our first update to our latest schedule is the baseline, right, which is here. So it's kind of hard to go back and forth, do this, but if you notice up here, there's these little minus signs. If you press minus here, press the next one minus, it starts collapsing all these empty cells. And what these empty cells are for is as you continue updating your schedule, you keep on populating these. So I can see the whole screen here. So this is the schedule I'm in this zone. This is our current schedule. And this update, P002A, if I go to the PDF, I usually try to describe what the update was. So that's just the update as of 10/10/24. And I can put that in here too, right, in the Excel file. I'll put update as of 10/10/24. Okay, now, or you can call it weekly update or monthly update, whatever the description is. So one thing, as I go in, I like to compare the dates. So I can see that originally our baseline, we were tracking October of 25 of 24. Now we're tracking January. So we definitely lost a lot of time. And you saw in the last little video update the reasons why. So there's a little legend down here. So if you lose more than 5 days from the previous update, which in this case we did, you highlighted orange. If you gain more than 5 days, you highlighted green. That's a good thing. If you keep on losing time every week on the same milestone, whether it's 1 day every week or 2 days every week, I would start highlighting it red, right? Because that's eventually going to be a problem. So in this case, it's our first loss. We're going to do orange. So I select the cell, go up here, and you can see yellow's on. But if I click here, I get more colors. I'll just select that orange. And I put a reason why we lost time. So going back to the PDF, and really the reason is, in the last video, we added all these activities in here. Essentially, the owner said, hey, I need to fund the job before you proceed with 30% drawings, and I want you to do this 5% drawing set. And you can imagine this easily could have been an RFI, right? Maybe the milestone you're tracking is pouring foundations, but there's an RFI that you lost 2 weeks on. You would see that RFI here, and you would say, I lost 2 weeks because of RFI 16, right? Awaiting resolution on foundations. In this case, it's the 5% package that the owner requested. So we lost all that time because of the owner. the way he wanted to fund the job. So we're going to go back to the Excel. So we lost time, and I put, I'll just kind of summarize it. Owner requested 5%, 5% drawing package, and funding. Okay, again, I can play with this and stretch it out a little bit. That way I can catch it all in one line. So you notice I stretch it out, it fits, but it didn't shrink. I just need to go back to this number 7. I'll double click. No, it's not working. I'll stretch it out a little bit more. See how that works. There it is. So now it fits. Okay, I'm going to go to the next activity. 60% drawings, the 1060. 60% drawings. I'll shrink this. Okay, so I just noticed I typed in the wrong date, so it's January 27th of 25. Where is it? January 7th. There it is. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go to 60%. Oh, did I screw it up again? Oh, January 27th. Yeah. 27. All right. So the next one, 60% drawings. Let's find them. Here they are. February 4th of 25. Go back to the Excel. February 4th of 25. And compared it, so we lost time, right? And it's the same reason. So sometimes when it's the same reason, I just put C above. Yeah. Or you can copy and paste it, right? I just put C above. We're going to look at the 90%. 90%. So March 20th of 25. 3, 20, 25. Same thing, orange. See above. Okay, RTI permit, activity 1010. Let's find it. So July 22nd of 25. And same reason, right? So, and you can imagine sometimes, in this case, it's pretty simple. The same reason affected everything. Actually, I typed it in the wrong spot. It should be here. And orange. Let me delete this guy. Make it white again. So in this case, it's all C above, or right, or you can copy this reason here. But you can imagine on a project you're going to have multiple different delays. So one activity could have that issue, another one could have an RFI, the other one can have a procurement issue. So you start listing all your issues that you're having on that project. And after a while, you do build a good history on why you either gain or you lost time or you're tracking time, and it helps you know what's happening and helps you focus on, do I need to call the project engineer or the architect to resolve this issue because I keep on losing time on that one activity. So trade release, I don't know where that activity is on the PDF, so I'm going to copy that activity, search for it. Okay, here it is. There it is. So we're buying out on February 4th of 25. $2/4/25. So you notice we didn't lose time on that one. Right, so we were tracking 2/6, so we actually gained time. And now I'm curious if I mistyped that date on the baseline. So I'm going to go back to the baseline schedule and find that activity. Okay, so see, on the baseline, I tracked the end of that buyout. So sometimes you got to remember if you're tracking the end of something or the beginning. So the end of that activity. So instead of tracking, so I'm back on the current schedule. Here it is. This is the activity. There it is. So the end of it is February 18th, right? I'm tracking the end. February 18th of 25. It's February 18th. Okay. And this is where, if you notice, we lost a lot more time. We lost essentially almost a month and a half up here on all these. But on that one, we only lost 3 weeks or 2 weeks. So sometimes just because you lose time on one thing doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose the same amount of time on all the activities. But the reason for this issue is because of that same one. So I'm going to continue in this file package. Okay, mobilization, let's check that one out. Okay. This is you can see this is our P002 and this is my baseline up here. So I'm going to search for that one. Mobilization is here. So we mobilize on the 23rd of July. So 23, 25. Okay, so we lost time, right? So I'm going to highlight it. So we're probably going to lose very similar time, right? And ideally, on every update, you're consistent and you're not losing time. But every once in a while, you're going to have some history there, and you're going to be losing or gaining time. So we're going to go to the next. And this is where if you create too many of these, it takes you a little bit longer. But the goal is here, although it takes you some time to put this together every week, you're really watching your job and you're really tracking what's affecting your schedule essentially, right? So testing, now we're in December 8th, 12/8/25. Okay, let's just see above, orange. Okay, we got a few more to go. Okay, so November 12th, 25, 12, 25. Okay, substantial completion. There it is, so January 5th, 26. 26. Okay. See above, I'm going to highlight this orange. So quickly, now you see the formulas are working now. So originally the baseline we were at 162 days. Now we're at 166, and we're minus 41 days from this schedule. Right, so originally our substantial completion was November 25th. Now it's 115. Right, so we lost 41 days. Right, but that's okay. The owner directed us to do it. We have a reason. The owner is going to compensate us for it. But every week you get a quick glimpse of where you're at with the job. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to negotiate this change with the owner, and we're going to have to re-baseline the project. And when we do that, instead of having the P001 schedule as being the baseline, all we need to do, let's say we re-baselined, and the owner says, hey, P002A is the new baseline. All we need to do, let's say these are the dates. I'll go in here, copy them. And if I were to paste them in here, try it again. Paste them in here and remove the orange, right? Because this is the baseline. Now it's saying we're on schedule.
0.
Right? So this is all of these formulas here are calculated off of this baseline. And your baseline can change, right? So I'm going to undo because the owner hasn't approved this new change formally. So until he does, we're going to continue tracking the P001. I'll undo again, that P001. So we're minus 41 days. So we are going to ask the owner for a 41-day extension. That's what we're doing. That's the update for that week. And we will do another video on the second or the third week update, and we show you how to essentially move the schedule along to the next section.